Hey guys, welcome to Football Diehards Week 14 cash game breakdown. So jumping right into it, a lot of people are going to like Jameis Winston as their cash game quarterback this week. He has positive game script at home going up against the New Orleans Saints. But for me, I'm going to go 200 cheaper. Not going to roll Winston this week. Rolled him last week. Go to Aaron Rodgers. I feel like Aaron Rodgers has a lot to prove. He's 200 cheaper at 6,000. He's at home versus the Falcons. The game environment should be pretty good. This game's pretty highly totaled. Rodgers himself can exploit this Atlanta secondary, going to guys like Davante Adams, incorporating Aaron Jones in the passing game. I just really like Rodgers in the spot, even though a lot of people may go Winston and cash. I just think Rodgers is the safer play. Coming off the coaching change, Aaron has a lot to prove. I'm using Rodgers this week in my cash games on Football Diehards. Jumping in the running back position, it's really quick. I have Ezekiel Elliott tagged, going up against Philadelphia at home. Zeke has positive game script in this game. Dallas should be playing with the lead. Their defense has been very good recently. So that should correlate to more opportunities for Zeke. This team is so run heavy. The usage is there. As a cash game running back at 8,600, I think he's someone you have to look to in week 14. Another guy I want to talk about is down with the San Francisco 49ers, Jeff Wilson. Matt Breida got hurt in warmups last week. Wilson ran it 15 times, seen 9 targets in the passing game at 3,800. That's a lot to account for. He should easily make value on the salary. I like Wilson as my paydown at running back. I think he's a cash game lock this week on DraftKings. Jumping into the wide receivers, like I said, I liked Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to try to tee him up and stack him with Davante Adams up at 8,600. I think Adams is a pretty good play here. I'm just trying to look for him on the list. We have him in this spot versus Atlanta at home. Green Bay runs so much of their offense through Adams. He dominates the market share in the passing game for the Packers. He's just someone you have to consider stacking. Consider basically all weeks in all formats. He's matchup dependent. He's game script dependent. I shouldn't really say game script dependent because he's not a running back, but he's still utilized so much, even if they are heavy favorites. In this case, they're only 5.5-point favorites. Adams is so much of a part of this offense that if they have a lead, it's going to be because of Adams. So he's someone I'm going to look to at 8,400. And then we have Keenan Allen as well as someone that you could drop down to at 7,400 with Melvin Gordon out. He's seen a drastic increase in usage in games that Melvin Gordon has not played. So Allen is someone you could look to. And then there's going to be 2 guys that you're kind of choosing between in terms of Tampa receivers, Adam Humphries and Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin was the play last week in cash game. This week I'm going to lean Adam Humphries. I just think he's in a pretty solid position. He's someone that I'm targeting. He's going up against PJ Williams. It's a good matchup, positive game script. Seen 9 targets last week. He's someone that I'd really try to get into my rosters. And Cortland Sutton's another someone else you can consider as well. If you're picking between these 4, it's also obviously going to be your own personal preference, but these are kind of the guys that I kind of have in my player pool. You can throw Curtis Samuel as a 4K option as like the 5 receivers that I'm kind of looking at for cash in my cash games. I haven't really pinpointed which ones I want. I know I want Adams. The other 4, it's up for debate, up for you guys to kind of decide. At the tight end position, I feel like you can go a couple different ways. But for me, I'm kind of looking towards rostering Matt Lacoste at 2,700. I know he burned a lot of people in cash games last week, but if I don't use Sutton, I want to get someone from this Broncos passing game just because they should possibly it correlates with the Jeff Wilson stack, and then on top of it, they should be utilized with Emmanuel Sanders going down. Someone needs to catch passes. Jeff Wilson's a cheap option. he should see opportunity. I think he's actually a better play than Sutton. That's why I have Sutton as my lowest receiver on the list in terms of uh, how I would rank the receiving core that we just went over. I know I said Curtis Samuel last, but I have him ahead of Sutton. And for defense, like it's pretty much up to debate. For debate, like I like to go low on my defense. Kansas City's a pretty good option. You also have options like Dallas at 2,600. I just can't find Dallas right here, 2,600. This is kind of what you do, and then you come down here, you hit calculate. For the lineup generator, oh, I'm on the FanDuel lineup generator, but it's DK lineup generator is pretty much the same thing. We're going to come down here. Sorry about that. We had a Rodgers tag position, wide receiver. We'll just go Davante. Humphries. Costs. Hit calculate. We have all options here that we can kind of choose from in terms of our lineup builds. I wouldn't necessarily like just go in and plug this in. I would kind of fit in who you want in your flex, what defense you want. Like I said, I like Dallas, I like the Chiefs. They're all pretty good options. In my flex this week, I'd probably lean towards a running back and not having a wide receiver as my flex option. So these are just some things to keep in mind. Tune in next week. I'm going to do another cash game breakdown for week 15. Thanks for tuning in, guys.